Good evening, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, today, we're diving deep into an emotion that most of us have tried to avoid or deny: regret. But here's the truth: regret is not just a negative emotion. It is an essential part of the human experience and holds more power than we often give it credit for. It's not a sign of weakness, nor is it something that diminishes us. Regret is a guiding force, a tool for growth, and a bridge from the past to a future filled with purpose and fulfillment. We often see regret as something to be ashamed of, but today I want to challenge that mindset. I want to show you that regret can be the catalyst for transformation, the key that unlocks your true potential. Let's explore how we can rise from it. So, what exactly is regret? Regret is the feeling that arises when we wish we had made a different choice, taken a different path, or acted differently in a moment. It's a powerful emotion that often brings discomfort, pain, and reflection. But the key here is that regret is an emotional signal that something deeper is at stake. Regret tells us where we veered from our authentic selves. It shows us what we truly care about, what we value, and where we may have compromised on those values. Regret, when understood, is a call to realign ourselves with who we truly are and who we want to become. It is, in essence, the fire that forges our growth. When we can accept and understand this, we begin to see regret as a powerful tool for personal evolution. Now, let's dig into the hidden lessons that regret offers us. You see, regret often stems from moments where we feel we failed to live up to our true potential. Maybe we let an opportunity slip by, or perhaps we've hurt someone we love. But, buried beneath that pain, regret holds the key to understanding your core values. When you regret something, it's a clear indicator of what matters to you most. Maybe it's honesty, integrity, family, or growth. Regret allows you to pause and take stock of what's truly important, and that is an extraordinary gift. By listening to the lessons in your regrets, you can learn to live more consciously, make better decisions, and ensure that you are living in alignment with your values, not your fears or outside pressures. So, next time regret arises, ask yourself, what lesson is this trying to teach me? What is it revealing about my deepest values? Regret doesn't have to remain a painful emotion. It can become a stepping stone to growth. The key lies in reflection. Reflection is the process of taking a step back and examining your regrets from a place of objectivity. One powerful tool for this is journaling. Write down your regrets. Don't just list them, dig deeper. What was the situation? What choices did you make? Why did you make them? How did you feel at the time? And how do you feel now? By writing it out, you begin to analyze the decision-making process and identify patterns. This process helps you understand not only what went wrong but also what you can do differently moving forward. Another tool is self-inquiry. Ask yourself, what would I have done differently if I truly knew my value in that moment? By examining regret through this lens, you start to uncover hidden truths about your priorities and your potential. Reflection transforms regret into a tool for insight. One of the hardest aspects of regret is the guilt that often accompanies it. But let me tell you this, guilt is not your ally. Self-compassion is. We all make mistakes. We all have moments where we act out of fear, confusion, or even selfishness. But that doesn't mean we are failures, it means we are human. Self-compassion is the act of forgiving yourself and embracing the fact that mistakes are a part of learning. Instead of beating yourself up for the choices you made in the past, reframe your narrative. See your past regrets as lessons in resilience, rather than as evidence of inadequacy. When you stop punishing yourself and instead treat yourself with kindness, you free up the emotional energy you've been wasting on self-blame. You open yourself up to growth, to new opportunities. You can to a future where your past no longer holds you back. From regret to action, setting goals that align with your values. Once we've understood our regrets, reflected on them, and shown ourselves compassion, the next step is action. Regret is meant to propel you forward, not keep you stuck in the past. This is where the power of goal setting comes into play. When you set goals that align with your true values, regret transforms from a weight into a motivation. The choices you regret most often highlight areas where you've fallen out of alignment with your values. Now that you know what matters, you can create concrete steps to ensure that your future decisions honor those values. Start by identifying what you truly want, whether it's a career goal, a personal relationship, or a growth goal. Then, break it down into achievable steps, using the lessons you've learned from past regrets to guide you. When you take purposeful action, you can shift the energy of regret into something positive and empowering. The journey from regret to action isn't always linear. You'll face setbacks, you'll encounter obstacles. But here's the secret: resilience is born out of these moments. The setbacks, the failures, and the roadblocks are all part of the process. To build resilience, we must develop a mindset that views setbacks as temporary and as essential learning experiences. Instead of seeing them as signs to give up, see them as opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more determined. Each time you bounce back from a setback, you build the mental and emotional muscles necessary to stay motivated, even when the going gets tough. Remember, every obstacle is a lesson in disguise. The more resilient you become, the less power regret holds over you, and the more control you have over your future. We are not meant to go through life's challenges alone. Sharing your journey with others creates a space for accountability, support, and connection. When we are accountable to someone, we stay committed to our growth. When we share our regrets and our lessons, we allow others to see our vulnerability, and in doing so, we deepen our relationships. So, don't be afraid to talk about your regrets and your growth. Find a community, a friend, or a mentor with whom you can be honest about your struggles. You'd be amazed at how much strength we draw from each other, and how sharing our stories can help us move from regret to action. One of the most powerful ways to prevent future regrets is to stay present. Mindfulness helps us become aware of the moment we are in without judgment, without distraction. It allows us to make choices that are in alignment with our values, rather than reacting out of fear, impulse, or old patterns. Mindfulness practices, such as meditation, deep breathing, or simply pausing to check in with yourself throughout the day, keep us grounded in the present moment. When you are fully present, you make conscious decisions, and you avoid the trap of acting in ways that you may later regret. Finally, let's talk about empathy and forgiveness. Regret can be a powerful tool not only for personal growth but also for strengthening our relationships. When we reflect on our past mistakes, we often realize the impact our actions have had on others. This awareness is an invitation to extend empathy both to ourselves and to those we may have hurt. When you forgive yourself, you create space for others to forgive you as well. Empathy and forgiveness are the bridges that allow us to heal, to move forward, and to build deeper, more authentic connections with the people around us. Your journey from regret to growth doesn't end with you. As you transform, you become a beacon of hope and inspiration for others. Your willingness to embrace your regrets, learn from them, and move forward with purpose sends a powerful message to those around you. Your transformation ripples out, affecting your family, your friends, and your community. When you choose to use your regrets as stepping stones, you encourage others to do the same. In closing, I want you to remember this: regret is not your enemy, it is your guide. It is your teacher. It is a tool that, if used correctly, can lead you to a life of greater purpose, deeper fulfillment, and more meaningful connections. Instead of running from your regrets, embrace them. Use them as a compass that points you toward your true values and your truest self. Take the lessons from the past, set new goals that align with who you want to become, and move forward with confidence, compassion, and resilience.